Hi, I'm Maria Ingold. I'm at Connected Media IP at NAB 2018. I am with Brenton, Ough, and he is the CEO of Touchstream.
Yes,
Welcome.
hi. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, so how are you finding NAB so far?
Well, tiring as always, but it's
You're
on your
glad
feet
to
the
be
whole
on the
time.
sofa.
Yeah, exactly. This is a nice little rest for me. But look, it's a great show. There's so many people here. We do a lot of work beforehand to make sure we get great meetings with people, and we have a pretty full schedule of really top quality meetings. So it's
Wonderful.
a good show. Yeah,
Wonderful.
everyone's here, of course.
Great, yeah. So tell me more about Touchstream.
Oh, Touchstream. Okay, so Touchstream is a live stream monitoring solution. So we call ourselves content availability monitoring. So making sure that the content for live streams is available and performing well. And so we test streams for, all over whatever the geographies that our customers are in, and we keep continually monitoring them and telling them when there's problems.
Good. Yeah, so what are the hot topics around live OTT delivery?
Oh, live OTT delivery. I think there's obviously this big move to the cloud, and the other big hot topic at the moment is low latency. Although I still think people are over egging that one, but there's always the anecdote of sports where. You hear about the goal on Twitter before you see it.
Yes, yeah.
So that's another big hot topic. But that is actually, I just actually had a demo from, I won't say who, but basically they're down to 3 seconds latency from camera to play out on a which was pretty impressive.
Yeah, certainly better, and it should just keep improving.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So people are working really hard to make that improvement. But again, it's there's a combination of cloud and this low latency thing, and people are actually starting to use the cloud in really smart ways.
Yeah. So how are you addressing issues around the OTT cloud workflows?
Oh, actually, we've actually just redesigned our interface so it actually lays things out in a more end-to-end workflow so that you can see the elements of the cloud workflow.
Okay.
So one of the things that people have said when you're actually moving your workflows to the cloud, think of encoding, for example, is that that used to be on-premise. So you'd have the hardware there, and you could do all sorts of things for monitoring of that. Once you've moved it to the cloud, that's a lot harder to do. So we've actually adapted our software to be able to monitor cloud services, and then to lay things out in a much more end-to-end workflow so that it just sort of makes sense, and people can identify issues at exactly the right point much faster.
That's good, yeah. So what are you seeing? I assume you're seeing people who are a little bit cautious about making that move to the cloud.
Yes.
So what kinds of things are you seeing?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, it's basically the ones that are a little bit more conservative, and I could almost just sort of say it's more the telco side of things. We've got some really big customers that are really the leaders in their field, and they're very technologically advanced, and they're actually making the move to the cloud. Whereas our customers that are telcos that are very died in the woods, sticky to people, they are actually being much more conservative about it and only doing it kicking and screaming if they have to, but generally not very much at all. They're doing little experiments, but not real ones. So it really is about the technical competence that they have inside the company. Because you've got to transition stuff, and often the people that do cloud things are not the same people that did the on-premise. There's a slightly different skill set. Yeah. So if you don't have the people who are doing lots of cloud things, you might not have the skills to actually do it.
So how are you addressing that and reassuring them?
Well, actually, we basically continually tell them that, look, we've got some of the biggest pay TV providers in the world as customers, and we say, look, these guys are doing it. You should be really thinking about this a little more. And it's particularly within sports, which is a volatile demand. So the game's on and then not game's on. So the cloud is ideal for that, and you can save a lot of money. So when you have to own 50 encoders just because of the one day you've got a lot of things on, the rest of the time they're idle. Well, in the cloud, it's a much more economical way to approach encoding particularly. Yeah,
very true. So what do you think your key differentiator is?
Our key differentiator is that we are very focused on who our end user is, which is operations, the NOC people. And we make our tool really easy to use, really easy to set up, and really straightforward information, because you've got people 24/7 monitoring. But then it looks simple, but then when you actually start to look at a problem, we've actually got a lot of detailed information behind it. And we also do some data sharing things with some of the big providers like Akamai that actually help our Akamai fix problems faster. And so that's a fairly unique thing that we do that I don't think anyone else does.
That's great. Well, easy and simple, but with detail sounds like a great way forward. So.
Yes, it seems to be. People like our tool, so it's it's very easy to collaborate with others as well. So we just do. I've been in the business for 20 years and worked in very large organisations, and basically with old-fashioned monitoring tools that were very complex and hard to use. And you almost, I remember once someone saying, "Oh, do I need a PhD to operate this software?" And it's like, I see your point. It's really hard. So we've actually learned from that and made our tool exceptionally simple to use.
Well, that's good to hear that you don't need a PhD to use your stuff, and that it's simple to use. So thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure.
And taking the time to talk through all of the things that you're doing, and share that it's simple and easy and maybe even fun, right?
Yeah, well, almost.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.